Hello again, Sneedville. I'm Rich Baritone, and I'm back. Apparently, we had some technical difficulties in our first attempt at mirth this afternoon, but we are, in fact, going to give it another try here any minute. And if you saw the title of this video, it is true. Negative 43 TV has been accepted into the YouTube monetization program. It is a very proud day for us here at Negative 43. I'm working under the assumption that I did everything right because it's telling me that at this time I need not take no further action because I don't need to give them my tax information until I generate a check. So I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. Nonetheless, it's been accepted, it's been approved, and it will just be a matter of time to figure everything out. Blue Devil joins us, and Chief Beef Loco joins with congratulations. Thank you very much. Been a long time coming, 5.5 years. But apparently, a few months ago, they decided that they were going to start monetizing channels with more than 500 subscribers. Uh, don't quite have the benefits of the people with 1,000 subscribers, but nonetheless, this will hit Joey, and it will hit Joey very very hard indeed. So if they're telling me the truth, I don't have to do anything until I generate a check. So here we go. This one is what we tried earlier. This is called Shift Your Perspective to Reality. Sheriff Consent is here. Thank you so very much, sir. Negasonic middle aged dickhead is here. He usually is. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's try it again. This is called Shift Your Perspective to Reality. The star of the show is Tyree Sneed, and it's a show that you never ever want to star in. Donnie Bellers is here. Thank you so much, sir. Here we go. Let me hit the button. Damn it.
And Batman's back. Back again. Tyree's back. Tell a friend. Alright. Did I even turn on the right street? I don't see anywhere else to turn. I don't know, this guy, some other guy offered me a ride, so took it. And that's me in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where the hell I'm at. Supposedly it's supposed to be somewhat close. I looked it up on the GPS, right? Right? Which means the stalkers, you got my location.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Fallout 354. He's here right now, and he's probably the only person in Sneedville who is actually older than I am. Thank you very much, sir.
Right now, right?
Thank
Since
you.
every phone number I get, if it's a new number, you get the number illegally correct, which again, you know, that'll be brought up in court when you go to prison. Not a smart decision, right? And especially when I have most of your legal names. Um, again, I just let people do it to themselves. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't care about this guy. I don't know what his deal was. I guess I don't know if that's really where he was going or not, or maybe I don't know. Because me, I tell people what I do for a living, straight up. You know what I mean? So it's like if they're doing if they're corrupt, basically, they're gonna get nervous.
What the hell ever. Blue Devil, he does not have a destination. He calls this being on patrol. And it's just a pathetic hobo dressed in the manner that you know he's dressed in, doing the same shit that he does every single day. Yeah, no destination, no aim. Every day is, in fact, a microcosm of his entire life.
Golly, there's a lot of dogs. I hear more dogs. Those little dogs, though. Anyway, Batman is on a mission.
I have no idea what that mission could possibly be. I mean, you're not on a mission to eat, you don't have a job, you're not on a mission to sleep comfortably. I think you're sleeping under the spider infested tree again. And right here, it does look like perhaps you're not breathing normally. That's to be expected. You can't do anything normally.
I don't know. It said it was like an 8-minute walk. I feel like it's going to be longer than that. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I wish you would have brought me farther in town trying to go, but he didn't.
And Tyree Sneed, the real Tyree Sneed, arrives with a valid point, but it's just the discomfort that it will cause him.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
A lullaby. Really, really. He's extra insecure today.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm so tired of walking.
I'll bet.
Part of me enjoys it. Part of me doesn't.
No part of you enjoys this. If nobody would enjoy this, no one. You don't have a car, you don't have access to a car. You're always complaining about nobody ain't giving you no ride and you can't find a couch to sleep on. All that helpless shit.
I'm getting pretty fast, I'll tell you that. Like as far as running, I was running yesterday with this thing on too. Like I start running with it on now. It's just sometimes it starts moving too much, so I gotta grab it with my right hand is what I usually use. But you know, the whole point of this is supposed to just be like the infrastructure for the suit. This is not supposed to be the whole suit. What a lot of people don't get. It's like, hello.
There are two things that I hope to gain from monetization, one of them being free vape carts moving forward. And the other one is to make more money with Tyree Sneed videos than Tyree Sneed makes with Tyree Sneed videos. It would seem to me that a situation like that would frustrate anybody. Yeah, it would be pretty close to free. If I make $100 a month on here, my monthly vape package would cost me $12.
But it works pretty well, honestly. Then, like I said, I got the steel armor. You can't. I don't think I can really put this under the steel armor. I mean, it's possible, but it would fit too tight.
No, you can't get that under the quote steel armor end quote. And you know why? Because it's too stupid. Doesn't have anything to do with fits or looks. It's just too goddamn dumb. Chauncey is here. Thank you very much, sir. Highly appreciate that. Brett Harley joins us on this Tuesday afternoon. Let's hit that button, baby. It's going to be a good time.
And the last time I tried it, it just never really worked. There wasn't enough room for it because this vest is actually fairly thick. But what I was thinking I should do at some point for the steel armor is get the bulletproof plate and put it in the middle of the armor.
Okay, he just admitted that he doesn't have a bulletproof plate. In the bulletproof vest, he does have a plate. It's a weight plate, as I have suspected all along. It's probably a 20-pound plate that he's carrying around in Texas heat for absolutely no reason. And yeah, lobster is an 18 gauge. That's like trash cans, is it not?
That way it has that as well. You know what I mean? And, people won't think that it has a bulletproof plate underneath it as well. And I mean, it's pure steel. It's 18 gauge pure steel. Yeah.
I simply can't believe it. There's Silicone. She's here now. He's here now. 49.99 super chat. Man, thank you so much. I'll work as hard as possible at having fun just for you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
CIA hole joins the show as Tyree goes silent yet again. It's a little bit of a skill to try to bridge these gaps that he presents me. Now let's get all caught up here. Lobster, nice. Yeah. Thank you, Lobster. Very, very much. Going further down here, I see I have another super chat. Chauncey, thank you very much for your $9.99. We've been into this thing for about 11 minutes, and I'm almost speechless. Okay, let me go ahead, bounce a little bit forward. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. The circle's moving, so we know we have high quality entertainment ready to hang.
Meow, 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 meow,
I will do that immediately or as soon as I get it, which will be payday. Thank you so much, Chauncey.
Whatever.
And Silicone. Oh, can't forget Silicone either.
Future's not ours to when I was just a little boy.
Well, $60. I imagine that I'm pretty darn close to his monthly.
I asked my mother, what shall I be? Will
What
I
shall you
rich?
be?
Here's what she said. They used to sing that to me when I was a kid.
Ah, yes, singing the greatest hits lullabies of his childhood because he wants mommy.
Oh.
Yeah, I hit the button.
So, yeah. Like I said, people just got to understand, man.
Okay. He took a phone call on this live? Please tell me so.
You treat people the way you want to be treated. Here. Okay, there's never going to be repercussions for me or nothing. Nobody's going to do anything my direction ever. They never have, never will. Right? I promise.
Downrange is here from down under. It's springtime in Australia, and I'm more than just a little bit jealous of that. He's meowing too much. For a guy who's trying to strike a tough, hard as rocks pose, meowing is not the way that he is going to get that done. It just isn't.
It's that. Right? Like, we're going to stand on business and stand on our issues now 100% now for real.
You'll see what
y'all
I'm
don't get. I was
at
being nice
directly.
before. Now I'm not playing. Like, now things going to go the way I tell you they're going to go.
Ah, this is a good comment. I will read this for the listeners. Tyree should pick up a little green tin of bag balm for how chapped his ass is gonna be. Oh yeah. I hope you're here right now, Tyree. It's a beautiful day for negative 43 TV.
And it's just that simple. Because apparently people really thought that they had a choice with me. Like, Tyree Sneed, so notorious and run the streets so badly, people don't even got free will when it comes to me. Honestly, you really don't. Like, not these enemies.
We don't have free will when it comes to you. It didn't make any sense. I would ask you to explain, but of course you're already on to 3 different subjects, usually all at once.
Like, I don't know what y'all on. I don't know what you talking about, bro. Because, like, I know what's actually happened. I mean, that's the difference.
I would actually enjoy that, guys.
So everybody talking running their mouth. They all put it in distance. I've been here. I've been doing radio for 25 years. I haven't had one person talk to my face in those 25 plus years. If that doesn't tell you that,
I'm not getting a ball and tramp stamp. I can tell you for sure I'm going to get a new driver. I went to a store last night and I think it's called DXG, carbon headed 10.5 degree driver. I checked it out for a few minutes and I believe I mentioned this last night. I can almost make a full swing. I can almost make a full swing. Being my own physical therapist seems to be working.
people are scared of me, I don't know what to tell you. You know,
Wait a minute. Okay, you got dogs barking at you, and you're going to make this sound. I mean, I have had proof in my life that cats and dogs don't just get along, they can become downright family with one another. But then again, cliches become cliches generally for a reason.
the dog was quiet after that. I hissed. he started making noises.
Tyree, everything needs to be less high pitched. Everything needs to be less girly, less giggly, just plain less every day.
Whining. Oh, come on, doggy. Can't get down that quick. Oh, see, even dogs can't debate with me. Where the hell am I?
I don't know. Yet I know completely. It's a weird question. Brett Harley, thank you so much.
I'm here somewhere. Here's a bridge. What the hell is that bridge? Oh. Wow.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Did you know that Jesus loves you more than you will know? Whoa, 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 and all that.
I want to choke him. Okay, I think I know where I'm at. Really? You dropped me off all the way over here? I guess it makes sense. I guess it's not that bad of a walk. Should I go through that? Or should I just...
Please say hello to one of the original citizens of Sneedville. It's Lindsay.
I think. Pop up here.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Robinson. You know, every single time I hear that, I blush just a little bit. I'll never get used to hearing that. That's great. Thank you again.
Probably some cool stuff down that way. Now I know where I'm at, I think. Yeah. It wasn't all bad. He took me somewhat close, but he could have just dropped me off where I'm trying to go. But it's whatever.
Ah, yes, he's rumbling and mumbling just for you on Negative 43 TV. I'm Richbartone.
I told him about the channel, and then like he started talking, and I just realized I was like, I don't even want to give this guy my channel. Like, you're boring. I don't even like you. Like, hey, I'm not giving you my channel. I was gonna tell him to just look up my name on YouTube or something. I don't like you. I'm not even gonna give you my channel. You don't deserve it. Yeah.
Really, nobody deserves your channel, but the use of your channel is, again, you are a writer for me. That is our relationship, other than enemy versus enemy. You are a writer. It's up to me on my show to do something with your stupidity because it really doesn't stand up very well on its own.
But Sarah Lee, that's who makes the cakes. I love Hostess cupcakes, man.
And so do I. That's one of the reasons I can't eat Hostess cupcakes. And if I'm not roasting you, the people in the chat are roasting you. You just have nowhere to hide.
Like I said, I'm trying to get some fruit in my system today, man. Are y'all going to help me or not?
No.
You know, like this is the thing, man. I sat here this entire time. That's why I went on that whole thing. And then even those church weirdos, they weren't letting me get the amount of fruit in my system that I really need. Like they had.
You were eating constantly. It became a point of complaint. Okay? When it becomes a point of complaint in a communal atmosphere in which you were living, it's a problem for everybody. For you to eat something extra, you're taking it from someone else. You're a pig.
Fruit where I was at, and they still like made it hard. Like didn't want to allow me to do what I needed to do. Like, dude, it's just fruit, bro. Like all these things are like little stuff. Nothing is a big deal. All the big deal stuff I already took care of. 35 years old, man. I'm getting up there. I age backwards, but like
You do not age backwards. Nobody ages backwards. And for a second there, I was going to give you credit for accepting just a little bit of reality, but then you had to immediately fuck it up because it's what you do.
no, I'm gonna be 40 in 5 years. I mean, y'all still gonna be pulling the same stuff if I'm around at 40? And talk to me. Told you. Like
The video thumbnail that you're seeing is for a video from a channel called Wronged Sports. This guy has a fantastic history channel, mostly dealing with college football, and he doesn't even have 2,000 subscribers, and he's been at it for 3 years. So if you like college football history, check out Wrong Sports. The guy is very, very good.
40 years old, in better shape than all the young folk. Like real talk. I mean, if I'm able to make it through this or whatever, and I'm here at 40, like 40-year-old Tyree Sneed is dangerous because y'all don't understand. I like age backwards. Like I'll be in better shape at 40 than I am now. Seriously, because of the way that I train, my training is progressive, so I progressively get stronger, faster, quicker.
Your training is idiotic. I've seen your training. One thing that I know for certain, and I am not saying this to flex in any way whatsoever, you couldn't hang with me. You couldn't hang with me. I do 40 minutes a day on the recumbent bike, and I usually end the ride somewhere around 27th gear. Then I do some workouts with weighted balls, which can be a real bitch. You know, you hold them out in front of you and do 10 squats, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing resistance bands 3 times a week. I'm doing full stretching exercises 3 times a week. And today, for the first time in years, I walked for 5 minutes on a treadmill without having to hold on, with no problems whatsoever. You couldn't hang with me.
And it takes me like I still think I'm like growing and filling out. It's weird. Like
You're 35 years old. The only thing that you can do is get fatter or skinnier. Those are your options usually. Joseph the Happy Cucumber is here. Hello, sir.
really took a long time for my body to develop. And I think it's still developing in some ways.
I think you're right. I think you may be right. It may be natural, it may be unnatural, but this is not a guy that has lived a life that may necessarily lead to old age. But then again, back in the day, there sure were a hell of a lot of old hobos out there.
So
Thank
it's
you,
like,
Joseph.
I mean, I don't know. They're still going to be pulling the same game. That's the thing. I mean, the title of the show, what I put about change your perception to reality. The problem is all y'all's perception doesn't exist. Literally doesn't exist. So you have
Okay.
this false perception that you're trying to push about me. Hold on.
A false perception? A false perception of you. Let's take a perception of you just based on what we are seeing on the screen, and that alone. The perception of you is that you're insane. The perception of you is that you have absolutely no business on the street. The perception is that you're weak. Okay? You're a 35-year-old man walking around with a Batman mask on. That does not scream strength, it screams target. The only thing that protects you from violence up to this point is you also look penniless. Penniless, some people say. You don't have any money. Everybody around you knows you have no money whatsoever simply by looking at you. You just seem, oh, I don't know, fucked and hopeless. Yeah, that's right. God damn, you say something. No, he is definitely muted. There's usually a reason for it. Sometimes it's an accident, like here on Negative 43 TV. There's something going on around him that he doesn't want us to hear. Ooh, look at that. Time to chew water, folks. Okay, just did us a favor. We don't have to watch him chew water. So now the camera's off and he's muted. There is something going on that he wants no one to know, see, or hear about. Let's move on up. Well, there's a little blip there.
So yeah,
Okay.
basically, long story short, like I said, none of your perceptions are reality, right? You have fake perceptions that you want to push and project onto someone. Again, that's all fake. Like, talk to me to my face. If it's not in my face, it ain't real, right? That's why we don't care.
This is not in your face, yet it is in your face, and you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't go on and on and on about it. Good God in heaven, man. Well, you're such a fucking idiot. And I just love, absolutely love, the big red flat spot that you have managed to create on your nose because you're wearing a child's mask. Congratulations, comma, Rudolph.
So that's basically all it
hanging
be.
out here.
It's a bunch of people.
On Negative 43 TV, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was going to mention that about 10 or 15 seconds ago, there was just something very Daniel Larson about the way he looked.
Telling themselves lies amongst themselves that don't make any sense. I mean, let's shift your perspective and perception to reality real quick. The man you're talking about, like I said, had bank accounts with over $300,000 in them, all invested in the best stocks money could buy. I know how to invest. Definitely an invest.
Mass chafied his gangsta dog. I had to read that. Let's go on.
Teacher, investing guru, 100%. Oh, look, more overcompensating. Lame whack. So, like I said, I own my own car lot right now. It's got cars way more expensive than those little garbage motorcycles they're driving right now, right? More than all these cars out here. I'm just speaking the truth, right? Like, it ain't me who's overcompensating, right? But when people overcompensate, I respond. You see, the thing you'll notice about me is I'm not running around in my feelings trying to prove some point. I'm not mad at anyone, like, unless it's for good reason, right? And like I said, we're just different, you know, because like when I'm mad, like people gonna know I'm mad.
We have either a new arrival in town or an old friend with a new name. It's Evan Recca of the Spirits right here, right now.
You know what I mean? Like people don't get, I really felt back a lot because I have my freedom. And I would never throw that.
See what happens every now and again. You try to be nice to somebody, and hey, what do you know? Yeah, well, yeah, at least it didn't go to Tyree.
Away for nobody and nothing. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? But like I used to really be uncut, especially when I was a little younger. I used to really not care, and people sense it. That's why they're always like, "Oh, I don't give a what." I'm like, that's the vibe you draw from me, I guess. That's what they always do for me. That I don't give a whatever about nothing or whatever. When it's like it couldn't be farther from the truth. Now, I've always cared more than anyone about a lot of things. I guess that just me when it comes to like drama and stuff. Like, I guess. I mean, I definitely cared
Oh,
for,
man.
I wasn't even the same animal back then that I am now. I'm a lot worse now. I was ridiculous, but I didn't know what I know now. It's just part of it. I mean, that's my thing. Like, I'm not in anything with anyone. Like, just don't talk to me. Go your own way, and that's it. Leave me all alone. I don't want to talk to you.
Ah, yes, Mrs. Robinson. I've always got time for a good monostat joke.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anything I got to argue with people for. All my stuff paid for, nigga.
Kelchu Bordnor is here, and yeah, I actually got monetized. I can't believe it. They've begun to offer monetization to people, creators with 500 subscribers or more. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
Real talk. That's what's so weird about it. It's like people never grow up, man. They're adults and they never grow up. It's like, I don't know what that has to do with me. These be people I don't even know, bro. I don't know these people. Hang out with them. Not cool with you. So it'd be super weird. But like I said, right now, if y'all can hit the Cash App, that's what I really need. Just trying to get some fruit in my system, man. I need it.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Yes, it is. And thank you so much, Mrs. Robinson.
For what I'm going through, I think maybe it could help. Fruit, vegetables. That's what I need to be trying to eat. Right? And that's my whole issue is nobody helps. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here working. I'm lining my next check. Like I told you, that check is going to take a while to get here, is what y'all don't get. A while. Okay? And the issue is, the common sense.
The legend that is Ashes 611 is here right now. It's going to help. It's going to help a lot.
This aspect that, like, getting by in the meanwhile, I have some avenues already taken care of. Like, there's some positives. Some things have fallen in place. But, like, I got to try to make sure I got enough money in the bank to cover my charges. They're going to give me that $8 fee or whatever pretty soon here around the corner. They just got me with the other one for this app that I can't get into, so I can't turn it off. I don't know how to. I don't know if it's even possible with the account or whatever. There's a little money in there. I got like $30 in some other account. Like, I don't understand. Like, I have little bits of money in little like apps and stuff. I just can't get it out. Like, one of them, it just keeps holding it and it won't let it go because it's invested into some kind of digital real estate. So it's like, there's nothing I can do about it. You feel me?
Well, that sounds like something that would absolutely be your fault and no one else's.
It's just $30, but like, I could use that right now, and then that could go towards my fruit and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, these people, they act like they're all slow. Like, I'm not asking for anything that I'm not earning. And I'm only asking because I'm tied up with my own stuff.
I'm not asking for anything that I'm not earning. You haven't earned any of it. You really, really haven't earned anything.
Right? Because of how I move, because I move quicker than you. To sit there and be like, well, you're not operating in a slow vibration like me.
Yeah, he's probably got a bunch of apps out there that are, hitting him for $1 a month, $2 a month, just enough to paper cut him to death.
Can't get out my face, bro. Nobody operates like that who's normal. That just doesn't even make sense. Like, all that's showing, okay, you're jealous of me because I'm living my life. Okay. I mean, live yours. Like, who's stopping you? No one. That's your own problem. You got to look in the mirror, most of you, right? Like I said, you're talking to a man. I've had a bank account with over 300,000 and well over $1 million.
Fruit Batman. Any graphic artist out there? You know what you need to do now.
Every year consecutively. Every year, right? Except maybe this last year, right? So, I don't know what people are talking about. I was lying. Why am I being honest about it? I'm telling you, this last year, I sure did. It's been the only year. It's been a real year of struggle for a long time. And even when I struggled, I always bounced back making millions. And that's the thing, is that this period of fake stagnation, I'll never be stagnated, nor have I run this business.
Ah, loud, scratchy audio.
The entire time I built a business from scratch. That's amazing. That's not stagnation, because there's going to be a ton of money that comes from this too. Watch. That's why everybody watching. People.
Two people just knocked on the door here at negative 43 T. And like Paul McCartney said, gotta let them in. Troll Team 6 is here. Thank you so much for the kind words. And Mr. Smith, as always, bringing some class to the show.
Like being logged, the nameless, right? So, how do I explain? I mean, just follow what I'm telling you. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? I mean, bank account with over 300,000, right? Like I said, made millions every year, right? So you have to have this period of fake stagnation, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it stagnation? No.
This period of fake stagnation, you're stagnated, but yet you're worse than stagnated. Most of us, when we think of stagnated, we think of these nasty ponds with scum on the top. The waters went black long since, and you're sinking into that nasty ass pond a little bit more every day. It's not much of a way to live. Please welcome Joshua Carlton. And yes, sir, the title to the video is true. We got monetized here at negative 43 TV about an hour and a half ago. Yeah, it's a big day.
No problem. I don't care what you call it. I don't care how you see it. I don't really care. End of the day, even more. So I'm not leveling down, leveling up. People don't understand it. No, this has been the same.
And I will be more than happy to help you with that, Mr. Smith.
Same thing every time. Come back to ground zero, and then go on to make more money every single time. Every single time. That's why y'all fools never can get a hold of me, because I'm always.
Thank you so much, Joshua. How is Cassie doing today?
Carrying advantage in, right? Because that's just what I do. I basically
brackish. Yeah, that's another word for you. Brackish as hell. Okay, guy, say something. After all, we're here to listen to you blather. He's going to make me do it. I'm afraid he's going to make me do it. Yep, it's time to grab the slider thingy and wait for some movement in the all-important circle. All right, watch along with me, kids. Here we go. Oh, it's never been so much fun wasting your time here on negative 43 TV, and it looks like we're back in action.
For the graph. So, like I said, and they're annoying, honestly. So you got, like I said, had a bank account with over 300,000 and it ain't nothing. Admin or rights or royalties, still have them. At the time, I was getting like a grand plus off every check. You know, like, I mean, all it has been is just people are jealous, supposed to care. I mean, for what? Like I said, when I was 12 years old, I was ranked in the entire nation in tennis, top 4 in the state of Texas consistently. Baseball, I was winning awards at Spike Owens camp, Cliff Gustafson, all affiliated with UT, Texas Legends baseball camp. I was there all the time, always was the best. You can ask them.
Nobody will remember you. You were the awkward fuck that held the bat at the wrong end. Admit it now. Yeah, you talk about this camp and you talk about it a lot as if it's really means something in your adult life. What it means is your father had enough money to put you into that camp. I totally believe he was in that camp, by the way, because his dad's loaded. And those kind of camps, it started about 20 years ago, but those kind of camps are what turned baseball into a sport for rich kids. Exactly this kind of shit.
Went to the Ken Griffey Jr. camp down in what's it called? Trying to get through this. Down in Kissimmee. I think that's what it was, Kissimmee, like Orlando area. All right, met Ken Griffey Jr., met his son, met Barry Larkin, fielded batting practice with Barry Larkin, got offers from Westminster College. I don't know if it was the same one that A-Rod went to. but it's possible.
No, you never got any offers at all. I can say that I did. I got an offer from Adrian College. It's a college in Michigan, right on the Ohio line, not far from Toledo. And I didn't go because, first of all, it was Division 3. There were no, scholarships involved. I would have had to have paid for the entire thing. And I would have to look it up. It seems that somebody told me years ago that during the period that I would have played, apparently they won a national championship or two. I would have to look that up, though. I wouldn't swear to it. But I got one offer to go play golf in nowhere.
They claim A-Rod was the highest paid shortstop in baseball. A-Rod is the
I take the nowhere comment back. Adrian, Michigan really is a lovely little town. It would have been a great place to go to college.
highest fake paid slave in baseball because, again, baseball players are slaves. They do not get paid. And this is just a fact. This is not something that I'm just talking. I'm mad. I'm jealous. No.
You're completely mad. You're totally jealous. You have no talent at anything whatsoever, but you'll talk like you do, even though it's all a complete lie. I have seen the cape. He's got it tied in a knot. Is that the one you're talking about? It's just it's hilarious.
I mean, study the system. If any of these people had money or they were rich, where does the money go? Because they just had another athlete go bankrupt. Like, it happens every single time. Why does it happen? Right? Because everything that they're saying is
downrange, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all week.
Fake. It's a lie. And you sheep out there, you just believe whatever you're told. But my point is, the college, I don't know if it was the same one. It might have been, but
yeah, Japanese baseball is fantastic, and I love the CFL. My Rough Riders are in the Western Final, baby.
It was a Westminster college. You can look it up. He went to Westminster College. Okay, Westminster was trying to recruit me at 12 years old to play shortstop. I am definitely better than Derek Jeter. I assure you of this. And if you had seen me when I was in my element and really playing, you would know, because why would a college tell my parents, go walk up to my parents, approach my parents and say, hey, look, when he's ready.
The Dina Bay Stars, weren't they called something else a few years ago?
We want him to play for us. Like, as soon as he's of age, whatever, we want him to come to our college and play ball for us. Do you understand? Okay. Hell, I ought to just call him, and be like, who can I talk to, because they really wanted me to play for them when I was, that age. And is there someone I can speak to about it? But to me, it'd be kind of pointless, because it's like, it has to be a new staff now.
It may be kind of pointless. It may be kind of pointless. It's absolutely pointless. Good Lord, dude.
Right. But I'm just telling you the truth. Right. So I was a prodigy and all that. Right. Then I got real good at basketball. Somebody told me something, pissed me off, made me real good at basketball. I mean, you can see my game. I'm better.
Somebody told me something, pissed me off, made me real good at basketball. What the fuck? It doesn't work like that.
Better than any point guard in the NBA.
Come now.
I mean, you just look at the videos. But see, people don't want to talk about these things. People want to keep you in this light. And it's like, that's the thing. I don't mind that. I actually love it, because I already proved I'm the best. I already proved what I can do. I already proved.
I think my favorite Japanese baseball team name was the Oryx Blue Wave. Yeah, Ichiro played for them, I believe.
Like, yes, I have all this, not potential, skill. Potential is something that's unfulfilled. This is not something I haven't fulfilled. I play street ball all over the world. I mean, all over the nation. I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's corporate too. Apparently, Yomiuri is a newspaper syndicate in Japan, actually. It's like, it would be like the Yankees being owned by the New York Times, sort of, I think.
My name rings bells in actual basketball courts and street ball courts. Like, I played in jail in Atlanta. Like, I'm undefeated basically everywhere. Like,
a quarter cup of rust. Ooh.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal, right? I'm able to promote myself playing street ball and just continue to build my own independent career. And I get paid for it now. I pay myself basically through it. So it's like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not doing bad, I'm doing good. You know what I mean? And that's what be so weird is when you have people trying to talk to me like I'm doing bad. I'm doing bad. Y'all focused on the wrong things.
You say yourself you're struggling. I think you may have said it once or twice in this video. You admit to struggling a hell of a lot more than you used to.
It's like you were sitting there, you're talking about all these things that are talking about food, talking about food is not equivalent to being a prodigy and getting.
Randy Bass got screwed the hell over. Sadaharu O's record was the least legitimate major sports record in the entire world. Tuffy Rhodes should have broke it as well. God, who Valentine, God, it escaped. The guy even played for my team, the Reds, the guy that finally broke the record. But yeah, they walked Randy Bass, I think, 11 times in a row at the end of a season. Total bullshit. Cowardly pussy shit.
NBA offers on the table. I mean, they're going to have to throw me an offer, or they just don't want talent, which is what I believe, that they don't want talent. It's not even negotiable. I mean, the videos speak for itself, bro. There's nobody coming close to me. Seriously.
Yeah, the World Series in our day and age, it's just absolutely pathetic. It's a happening for the moneyed few. Go back and look at the film of, say, the 1952 World Series, which was Dodgers and Yankees. Look at the people in those stands. They worked in factories. They drove forklifts. They were bus drivers. They were doctors and lawyers, yes. But the vast majority of the people in those stands at that time bought their tickets walk up. Big markup for the series, $1, maybe two if they were feeling really, really greedy. But the genuine core baseball fan has been replaced by a wallet.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and I'm not one of those overconfident people. Like, I really know, like, you know what I mean? I know, like, if I went in the NBA, I know it would take me a minute. I know I would have to train, you know, like for that specifically. I know, like, I still have work to do. But to think that I couldn't dominate, I mean, it's just silly. I could definitely dominate. You know?
Oh no, I know that they have a culture of self-deletion over there in Japan. It's actually seen as honorable in many cases. But dude, you fucked Randy Bass over. I'm glad you had a conscience about it. What? Wait a minute. Was he the GM of Bass's team? I think he was. But no, in any event, whoever's GM he was, man, it wasn't worth that. It really wasn't. He must have felt a great deal of shame over something.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I could see that coming. I could see NBA contracts being put on the table for me easily.
Mr. Smith, get me up to date on that situation. Color me completely intrigued.
I could see record deal music contracts once people start hearing my music and hearing how talented I am. Because, like, I'm literally like the next Elvis. Like, literally, I'm that good, but I just don't care. So it's like I have all these skills, and then people be like, you have potential.
Nobody's ever said that in your life. Nobody's ever said that to you in your life. You have potential. You have no talent. It's very, very obvious. You Elvis Presley, come on now. You're like I don't know, a tone deaf squirrel, maybe.
I don't have potential, man. I've already lived up to my potential. You don't get it, man. You don't understand. Okay, let me explain it to you like this, bro.
You can't explain it any way that's going to make any sense at all, but I'm going to let you try here in just a minute. Please say hello to Hatfield McCoy.
The NBA, the Golden State Warriors, they stayed in McAllen in the Embassy Suites. I was paying monthly to live in there like 3-4K a month. You think that anyone on the Golden State Warriors had money like that? No, because I was richer than the entire damn team. That's what I'm trying to explain to you people, and you don't want to listen. And these other people, they know the truth, so they don't want you to hear it. See, I already am successful. I'm the only one who did. I'm the only one who's been successful independently. I made all my money by myself, bro. That's what y'all don't get. I'm not struggling, man. I'm just tired. There's a difference. I want a break. See what I'm saying? I'm not worried about money. I just want to.
Oh Lord, that's messed up. So bad. No, Japanese society is not an easy place. It's not at all Western. It's got the trappings of Western civilization, but it's not Western.
Break. I'm tired. I've been going too hard for too long. And you see, I'm still working hard. It's not that kind of a tired. I'm saying tired of trying to just continue to do the same things and put things together. I'm just tired in general. I just want to relax and do me and be happy. You know, I mean, I basically could be retired if I wanted. I just refuse to give up or retire. I have no need. I'm still young, you know? So it's like,
As somebody who was 35 some 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago, you don't have time. You don't have time anymore, dude. Should you be fortunate enough to live another 30 years and reach 65, you're not going to believe the speed with which the time moved. Believe me when I tell you that.
or at least young
Fallout could probably tell you the same thing if he's still here.
at heart, right? I mean, I'm young. So, I mean, my point is, how to explain it? I mean, like I said, you're talking to a dude. I've sold 50-acre properties. Like, I've done pretty much everything, man. I'm talking for $100,000 cash. Should have been 150,000. Carly Fiorina allegedly had everything to do with that, with me not getting my easement. Right? Big deal. Who cares? Right? Then you had him making up that other stuff. No, that's the silliest thing I ever heard of, bro. Why do you say that you're doing things that you didn't do that are criminal offenses?
How long would Ichiro have to wait to get into the Hall of Fame? I mean, he's a lock over here, he's a lock over there. The only singles hitter that I could think of that's going to give him a run for money, and he was every bit as good a hitter, was Pete Rose.
It's like, that's the dumbest thing you could do, because we're going to bring it all up in court.
Rose didn't have his speed and his power. God knows he didn't have his arm. Pete Rose, if there was one flaw with Pete Rose, he never had a position, which was turned out to be very impressive. He made the All-Star team at 5 different positions.
They're going to question you on the stand. You're going to be brought to the stand, and they're going to question you. Did you have involvement? And is what you're
Oh, I guess boy, they really want to make sure you're retired, eh?
you're claiming, did that really happen?
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then guess what? You have to actually cough up that property back as well, which I think is going to happen, honestly. So it's like, do you get what I'm saying? That would mean that you and the real estate agent that I hired were in cahoots, allegedly, right? See, they don't listen. Like, you don't have it telling yourself, smart one, right? You're hilarious, right? You were.
No, I'm one of those people that think Pete Rose got 100% of what he deserved. That's the rule. And it's still the rule in baseball. You don't gamble. You don't gamble on it. But now that all sports have just jumped right into bed with gambling, and the casinos have their dicks right up their asses. Yeah, put him in. No, he knew what the rules were, and he fucked up. He fucked up out of his own arrogance. That's what fucked Pete Rose. Johnny Bench's opinion is, do you want to tell your kids there are no rules anymore? Then put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Besides, he's dead. Wouldn't matter anymore. DeChronic all day is here. Thank you very much for that.
We're in cahoots, which, I mean, why would you put it past them? For somebody, a real estate agent, just a money-hungry coward from Austin, that's who I hired. So what's to say?
I'm not saying you're wrong, Hatfield. I'm just saying that's the way that I have always felt about it. You can't bet on baseball. You can't bet on the games because you can be compromised. Black Sox, anyone.
That allegedly he didn't take money from Carly Fiorina and then sell the property to whoever was affiliated.
Yeah, he actually made some moves that made it impossible for baseball to put him in the Hall of Fame. The first step would have been to admit to it immediately. Yeah. Then maybe he would have had a chance, but again, that's the rule. And if you're not going to put Shoeless Joe Jackson into the Hall of Fame, a man who could not read and in all likelihood didn't understand at all what was going on. You're not going to put him back in. Nah, Pete Rose can sit there.
Affiliated with her. She owns the property right behind it. You see what I'm saying? So that means you're stalking me. That means, like I said, you're watching my life, which you have no business.
Yeah, sports has gotten to the point where everything is being questioned as a setup. Everything's a rig. And the question is not hyperbole anymore. They're so in bed with gambling, you can't trust the outcome of any game. There's a cable network here that carried sports. It was Bally Sports Ohio, which was, casinos. And then they sold out to FanDuel. So you have a network owned by a gambling app broadcasting big time sports. I don't see the problem.
Business doing. I'm not watching yours, right? I'm just was living my life. So that's kind of weird, right? So if you did that, you'll have to cough up that property as well, which I think is what's going to happen. Literally, I think that's what the whole.
Now, up to this point, they've been pretty comprehensive as far as Negro League players in the Hall of Fame. They're missing a few guys. I don't think Mule Suttles is in the Hall of Fame. He was a power hitting first baseman in 20s and 30s. I know they put Biz Mackey in a few years ago. He was a catcher, played for several different teams, totally deserved it. They're still doing the accounting on that, but they did right by the Negro Leaguers, and that was because Ted Williams, in his Hall of Fame induction speech, called them out on it. That's what got the ball rolling.
Whole deal is, I think that's why the readings say they're living on your property. Okay, but check this out. You're living on a property then that had to get fixed.
You're probably talking about Comiskey Park in Chicago, original Comiskey Park.
Had needed all this fixing, was basically unlivable, right? Because that's
where the East-West game was for years and years, and it sold out. It was all the way to the rafters every year.
The way y'all left it to me, right? Because you tried to do me dirty. So again, who wins? Who's the genius? I do, because you had to pay for all those repairs, smart one. Yeah, so you just fixed up like the property, right? Which, like I said, if that what you're saying is true, when we go to court, you'd have to cop that property up as well. So that might be why the readings are saying they're living in your home.
I never thought of that guy. It could very well be
Your property. But I think there's other properties. That's what I think. I think there's properties out in Cali and stuff that belong to me, right? And then I'm getting readings, downloads talking about there's bank accounts that belong to me, all sorts of stuff. I know there's more money. I know that for a fact. Because even my dad said that when he was alive. He said, like, there's a lot of money in there. Like, a lot. So it's like, I know y'all are lying. I know.
Bullshit. Your dad never said anything. Your farts lie.
I know that they stole, right? And I know Carly Fiorino allegedly has stolen from me. The thing is, do you really believe you're going to get away, allegedly, right? Do you really believe you're going to get away with it? Common sense. So, like I said, all these things, they work out in my favor anyway. And I get the best of everyone without trying to, because I'm righteous and the meek shall inherit the earth. See what I'm saying? So before you talk, think before you speak.
I'm righteous and the meek shall inherit the earth. I'm reminded of a line from a Frank Zappa song, and it goes, and the meek shall inherit nothing.
Right? Because you're silly.
Yeah.
Right? That was exactly the reason why I sold it and did what I needed to do. Right? Because me, I'm going to be comfortable, bro. Feel me? I'm going to be comfortable, bro. I'm not going to let nobody, even family, anybody, especially my family, you know what I mean? I'm not going to let nobody take advantage of me or put me in an uncomfortable situation. Hell no. You know what I mean? See, I stand up for myself against family or whoever. Feel me? So it's like, at the end of the day, like I said, like, I've done all that. Like I said, mineral rights, oil royalties. I mean, I've made tons of money, bro. Like I said, I was in Vegas with over like 60 grand, right? The other time I was there with over like
Memphis Shea is here. Thank you so much, dear. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You had a bit to do with it.
I don't know, 30 grand, turn that into, I think, like $100,000 to $200,000 probably. Right. And like, yeah, I went broke. Well, I went broke because I was having to gamble.
Yeah, I know the Indianapolis Clowns played there for years and years. I know that much. We have our own sad ballpark situation in Columbus, Ohio. Cooper Stadium is just sitting there rotting. They haven't even taken the grandstands down. They've taken down the outfield fence. They've done nothing with it, and the Clippers moved out of there working on 20 years ago. It's um, it's pathetic. It just sits there by I-70 and rots. And I was not a fan of the new stadium because the new stadium, though it was everything they said it was going to be, it's gorgeous. They'll never have that history there. Every every Negro League player that you can think of played there at one time or another. Columbus had several teams in, I think, the Negro National League over the years. They all set foot in there. Mickey Mantle played baseball over there. Slaughter. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. The Pirates of the 70s, they all played over there. So much history that they can't transport, yet it just sits there dying a little bit more every day. Please take it down.
Gamble for a living, but you don't understand how high on the plateau I got and on the food chain and quickly. So it's like I've lived. I've done real thing. I understand my gift with blackjack and what I can actually accumulate too. Right? So it's like you don't get it. I mean, all anybody has to do is set a limit for me and say, "Here's 5 grand."
Yeah, Ebbets Field is apartments now and has been for many, many years. Everybody blames Walter O'Malley for that. You need to blame. You could start with William Shea. He didn't help anything.
Let's or
Robert Moses, yes, that is the guy that you need to blame for the Dodgers.
here's
leaving.
10K, 15, 20 at least, right? Here's 20 grand. Let's see what you can do in blackjack. Give me about
Because Ebbets Field was a dead issue at that point.
$20,000 in blackjack. I'm talking about like a budget that I could really just strictly spend for blackjack and show you what I can do. I'm pretty positive I could turn that into a boatload of money if I really, really focus and keep my head right.
It's old time baseball with Rich Barrett on negative 43 TV. Yankee Stadium. You remember when they rehabbed Yankee Stadium in the early 70s? It wasn't Yankee Stadium anymore. You know why it really wasn't Yankee Stadium anymore? Because they dug the field out. They dug 6 feet down so that they could get more seats in, basically. So, yeah. The ground that Babe Ruth played on, Lou Gehrig Vera is in a fucking dump somewhere in Jersey.
Don't drink while I'm doing it and just, relax, and if I do have a drink, I mean, know what I'm doing and just keep it calm while I'm doing that, because I understand the formula. Why do you think they give you the drinks for free? Y'all don't understand.
They don't do that anymore. I understand, but the idea was to get you drunk and irresponsible.
It doesn't matter what anybody says. I'm going back to Vegas and I'm going to win this time at some point. But the thing is, I would never put a whole bunch of my money into that. Like I said, 20K would be like the top. That would be it. If
you're dreaming, you're absolutely dreaming. You're spending money that you don't have. It's kind of dumb.
If I lose that, that's it. You know what I mean? But I'm being honest with you. There's a reason why I developed that gift, because I know that it will work.
You're right, Ash.
That's why I did it. It takes figuring out the system. The system is rigged. I didn't fail. It's just the system's completely rigged. So you have to figure out how the system is rigged and built, and then you have to, beat the system the right way, though. Because you gotta understand, I met all the card sharks, like the people that are banned from the casino because they was counting cards and stuff. Me,
you're right, Ashes. Well, let's let him finish first.
I don't know how to do that, nor do I need to. It's all off intuition. I'm gambling genuinely.
Yeah, he is a degenerate gambler because he will not have learned anything from it. He literally wasted finished wasting his father's life's work at a fucking casino. Might as well have flushed it down the toilet. It was an extremely bad thing there. But hey, what the hell? And he is degenerate because if he got any money at all, he would do the precise thing, the exact thing again, with no remorse until it was time to have remorse. But then he'd blame someone else.
So that's a big deal, because what y'all don't understand is I could buy out all of Vegas. I could take over the whole thing, which is probably what's going to end up happening.
His initial inheritance was around $800,000, and Carly Fiorina was in charge of his money, which meant that Carly Fiorina's lawyers were in charge of his money. The Sneeds are filthy rich. He had the seed money in the right hands. To this day, he would have no worries whatsoever, but he had to have it all because he knows everything, and he a gambling dog.
In my sleep, and have fun while we do it, because Christina will be with me. You understand? So I'm just telling you the truth.
There are 2 stadiums that will absolutely pause, 3 that will never be torn down. In my opinion, we have Fenway Park, we have Wrigley Field, and we have Dodger Stadium, although apparently there are some noises about Dodger Stadium. But no, those are 3 cathedrals of baseball, and they need to be allowed to exist. Everything doesn't have to be new.
I mean, you know, if you believe in anything I say, believe in that. I got a gift with blackjack. Trust me,
I despise it. It's one of the things that turned me off to baseball. Managing becomes fairly easy at that point. Yeah, it has a lot to do with handling a pitching staff, right? Do I pull the pitcher now for the pinch hitter? It takes the pinch hitter completely out of the picture. No, I absolutely despise it. I don't like anything they've done. The clown bases that are 4 inches bigger. Can you imagine the impact on history that would have had? It's fucking garbage. Get rid of all of it. Maybe keep the pitch count, but I'm not wild about that either.
all sorts of people watching, chicks trying to hit on me. They're like, "You look so good while you play." I'm like, okay. I'm focused on this money right now. Like, but yeah, like I said, I've done a lot, man. Gotten a lot done. So it's like, when people want to sit here in front and pretend, it's like, me personally, I don't really have time for it, and I don't have time for y'all. I've accomplished way too much.
I love the history of the game. I absolutely adore the history of the game. I've always been weird like that. Even when I was a small child with an age in the single digits, I've always had a passion for the history of sports in general because it doesn't change. It's there. You can study it. You can memorize it. You can even come up with your favorite players from an era that you never saw a single game. The history is amazing. The turning inside and out of it.
Just that simple, man. Like I said, I was buying cars like I was going to the grocery store.
Yeah, everybody up your fiber intake. It really helps regulate your blood sugar.
My cars have issues, of course they do, because y'all were hating. It's literally from a mechanic hating you ruined the car. So I got to see if it's a broken.
Your cars have issues because they've been scrapped.
Conceal or what? I got to remake keys, right? Because of what happened. Because when I was gone, I was like I said, like, I'm not even gonna go over it, man. It just is.
Yeah, that's really kind of pathetic, Lindsay. But was it the second field that had the problems with people falling out of the upper deck to their death? Maybe not the best construction, huh?
But it is a bunch of cowards, right?
But yeah, the absolute waste of money it's pitiful. It's absolutely pitiful. The White Sox are trying to hold up Chicago right now. They want a new stadium too, even though theirs isn't even 30 years old yet. The Rhinestores want to move the White Sox to Nashville. They're almost being transparent about it. They're looking to run that team into the absolute ground. Indeed. They're looking to ruin it so they can move it because they're not going to get their stadium.
So it's like, for me, after having a better run than anyone.
Hey, everybody, Double is here. Warmly welcome and thank you very much, sir.
On being more successful than anyone. And then I create the whole Batman thing.
Yeah, they've done well by the baseball park. Now, what's going on with the stadium for the football team? It's fucking garbage.
An empire, because
I mean, they're garbage anyway. It's the worst managed sports franchise that you will ever see. A new stadium? Are you kidding?
He was Batman, and I just kept getting into altercations. So I'm like,
you know what I was saying about Yankee Stadium a few minutes ago? That turf, that artificial turf, was actually laid on the ground that all those Cleveland Browns greats played on. That stadium was built in the footprint of old Cleveland Stadium.
Might as well just be Batman because I keep getting into altercations and I keep winning. So that's Batman. So it's like, you don't understand how much history is behind this and how much I've actually.
That's the great thing about Negative 43 TV. You never can tell what the real subject or subjects are going to be in any one show. At a certain point, Tyree just turns into a fire pit that we all gather around and have our warm, toasty drinks and a nice smoke and talk about anything other than this idiot.
Really done and accomplished already. Like, there's a reason why I'm Batman. You know, and then I don't understand why you have people hating who want.
It's schizophrenia.
To act like, oh, it's funny. It's funny that I'm Batman. I don't get that. I think you're funny. I think it's funny how you sit there and you lie and try to depict me as different than what I am. Like I told you, my teeth are white. I mean, I can see them crystal clear in every video I take. I mean, they're white. So, I mean, depict me as what I am. I don't know what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. Like I said, that's a badge of honor, what I went through. So, like, that's all things that I'm proud of. Like I said, people will make statements that make no sense and then run away. Well, that's the reason why you'll never be anyone, because you're a coward. You know, like people like B Vlogs. It's like, yo, B Vlogs, I don't care what you have to say. Do you want to actually sit down and have a real conversation?
He probably would, just to clown you. The person that's not going to sit down and have that real conversation is you. You can't stand it. You just can't deal with the reality of it. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. You step right on into this chat. And by God, I'll do something I've never done before because it isn't really what I do. I'll put you on a panel. I will put you on a panel and rhetorically cut you to pieces. You'll love it.
We could have a conversation on the show.
Well, actually, you won't love it. It was just something to say.
But before you talk, listen to what I'm telling you. Okay? Because you got to understand who you're talking to. We're not the same. You're just a guy on YouTube who's a nobody and lame.
I mean, they were begging for the Browns to leave. They thought they would never leave. It would be like moving the New York Yankees, and to a certain point, they were right about that. It would be like moving the Yankees, moving the Red Sox as a major NFL team. It was unthinkable. It was absolutely unthinkable. I despised the Browns back in the day. And I can remember coming home after day shift and getting in front of the TV and turning on ESPN just in time to see the announcement that the Browns were going to Baltimore. You know why it happened? Art Modell says, I need a new stadium. Well, you know, we'll go ahead and put some paint on that for you, Art. But, you know, the first thing that we need to do is build a baseball park. No, I'm sorry. The Gund Arena came first. Then he comes back and said, okay, you got your fucking arena. How about it? Well, you know, the Indians have been here a lot longer than you. And even though they've sucked balls for years and years, we're going to go ahead and take care of them. How about some nice spackling, a little paint? And finally, Art Modell said, fuck you. If it was anybody's fault, it was the city of Cleveland for taking that team for granted.
You super whack. Okay, I'm an actual gangster. Okay, I'm not competing with you.
Oh man, I was a Bengals fan, and I'm up off my couch screaming bloody murder at those cocksuckers. They were taking my enemy away. Yeah, sports rivalries. That's that's the sinew. That's the bone. That's everything that it's based upon. You're taking my enemy away from me? How fucking dare you?
I'm just talking to you. You could never come close to competing with me, brother. It's impossible for you to catch up. That's how far I left all y'all fools behind a long time ago. Day one. Remember when that
Yes, indeed. Like I said, man, next thing you know, I'll be Scrooge McBaritone.
sector met me, I was rich as hell. Still am in equity. See what I'm saying? Again, the reason why I don't have cash is because I was targeted. If I wasn't targeted, I'd have plenty of money. So you're not saying anything. You're just running your mouth. And that's my issue with all.
Yeah, I believe it is. There is no more. There really is no more. Despite that, somehow the Browns are getting their stadium. Yeah, I believe most of it, if not all of it's being paid for by the county, but there is no more. Baseball's really beginning to see it. They're actually thinking about going back to the model of 45 years ago, where they would basically syndicate their games to a network of local stations, just like they did it back in the day. You should have never changed.
All of them, right? Is that they're not making
It's fallen that far.
any sense, right? They never do.
Regional networks are all struggling for survival.
Right? Hold up.
Oh boy. Hold up. Well, unfortunately,
they never
we don't
make
have
any
very
sense.
long left, but
Like I said, that's not what the internet's for, man.
About 3 minutes to go here, kids.
If you're gonna speak, have a conversation, man. And if you're unwilling to have a conversation, then just keep it to yourself. If you don't got nothing nice or positive to say, just be quiet. Just that simple. And other than that, I mean, you can run your mouth all you want. I really don't care. Feel me? Like, I literally don't care at all whatsoever. Right? So it's like, for me personally, I honestly just think that people are funny. You feel me? Because that's what they are. They're super funny, all of them. Like, you're hilarious, bro. You mad at somebody, but you want to call me names that apply to you, but you the one trying to discriminate against me. Come on, dog. You're see-through, man. You feel me? Like I said, you want to talk about music, get yourself a record label, because I got one. Cashless Bane Records.
I have one too. It's called Broke Joker Records. See how that works.
Like I said, tangibly, my finances, I can give you the bank statements, whether they deleted them or not. It's illegal.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think after a certain number of years, they can, in fact, get rid of old records. It doesn't matter. The key word here is was, had, all past tense. You keep beating on it and beating on it and beating on it and forcing me to try to come up with some sort of riff to make your idiocy more funny than it is on face value. It's hard, kids. It's hard.
You can take them to court for that. Okay? I can give you the bank statements proving who I am and what I do. I can give you the bank statements proving that independently I've run this record label, right? I don't have to make money off the label. I made money off of other ventures. Cashless Bane has been more successful than any record label that ever existed. And every record label was a Freemason pyramid scheme that went out of business. Do your research.
We have a couple of late arrivals, always one of my favorites. It's Joey the Fuckwit, and Axel is here as well. We only have about 5 minutes of show left, if that, but the good news is you can go back and watch it from the very beginning. Yes, everybody should watch this video over and over and over again. It can only help.
So what I'm telling you is, not only have I been the most successful man who ever walked the earth and seen more money than anyone who ever walked on this planet, I assure you that, right? But also what I'm saying on top of that is the Freemasons and the fake celebrities that you look at that portray or pretend that they have money, they don't. There was another one I heard named OT Genesis.
Oh, shit. Did I overlook you? I would never do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Patrick II is here. I believe he's been here for a long time. I don't know. Every now and again, I just fuck up. The whole humanity thing. Damn it.
I saw an interview. He acted like he was mad. You can tell by looking at that fool, he's a coward. That's the problem with you niggas and you people. You think that you're rich. That nigga had the audacity to say, I'm really rich. I'm real rich, real money, whatever. You're not rich. You're a pawn in a system. Why would you even say something crazy like that? And that's all they do. All you do is get cowards like that, minorities that want to perpetrate like they're me. You'll never be me. And it's because it's in your DNA. Clearly, I'm not just dissing you. I'm saying the truth. You're the one who keeps doing this weird fake talk. Like, do you not get what I'm saying? Like, really get rich and then
No.
talk. OT Genesis ain't rich, whoever that is. I don't even know who that is. I've never heard of him, bro. That's another Freemason. All of them are the same. They're Freemasons and cowards. You feel me? So
I won't let fame change who I am.
I don't have time for it. All right, hold up.
This could be it, kids. This could be it. Hold up. What is it? And that is all that I have for you on this Tuesday afternoon. At least it's afternoon where I'm at, right here on Negative 43 TV. I'd like to thank everybody, as usual, for spending just a little bit of your day with us here at Negative 43 TV. The usual programming note, you never can tell. I'm going to be on here a lot more than I used to be, and the monetization wouldn't really have much to do with it. I'd be lying if I said that it didn't. But more than anything, I subscribe to StreamYard, and I need to get my money's worth out of that. And I'm quite sure that I am going to be able to do that. Thank you so much, Downrange. Thank you, everybody. One last note, Rich, when you get a $100 check, make sure and send Joey a pic, dog. Thanks for the stream. Y'all take care. My sentiments exactly. I'm Richbartone. And until the next time, I'll talk to you.